Okay guys, Zed here, coming at ya with another black and white battle. That's what I'd say if I was an American, but got a game here against an American himself. Anyways, got a game against Magnitude here, Jesus as people like to call him on Halloween because, you know, he is Jesus. And this is his first, I think he's gonna upload this as his first black and white battle. Not quite sure, but it should be coming up sometime soon if he doesn't post it right now. But yeah, let's just get straight into this. He really does not know what he's doing in black and white whatsoever. He really hasn't looked at any of the pokes. This team was pretty much made for him by Sheikah, or Ferris or someone, but he doesn't really know anything about the metagame or what anything is or what it does. He's like, so what's this guy do? And I was like, well, this guy's a bug. And he's like, oh right. So he obviously wants to use flamethrower on me. And he has this fire Antita guy, whereas I have my I can't even remember his name. Aruga. Shut up! I can't even say its name. But it's a really nice lead off. The only problem was I just forgot that I was weak to fire or something, and I tried to set up my spikes. This guy also carries Encore. He gets Stab, U-Turn, and Pursuit, so it's a really nice set and it works very well as a lead usually. Probably could be carrying a Sash, but I prefer lefties on it just for longevity. Unfortunately, I just don't think he's going to go for the Flamethrower because I think he's going to be a noob or something as black and white, so I go into Sazandora, who is one of the most, overused guys in the new metagame. He is the base 600 dragon for this metagame, and he has really high special attack and pretty decent attack as well. So I've opted for a choice band set, and it carries Earthquake and the Outrage and stuff. But I've also given it Fire Blast just to hit those steals that are quite common these days. It's still quite common in the 5th gen metagame. So he goes out to Burungaru, who it's a female Burungaru he has. The male one looks like the Pringles man. Obviously many people have said that before, that he does look like the Pringles man because of his moustache, but Burungaru is a ghost water type, and it is a very solid walling Pokemon. It has very good defenses in both stats, and its HP is pretty sizable as well. Now I got to my Rankarosu here, which is a psychic guy. He carries Magic Guard, which is the reason I went to him, is because I knew that I knew that Steve was most likely to toxic me, seeing that he is he's a Burungaru and he uses status moves. So I just go to it to take the status because that's generally, Magic Guard will mean that I'm not going to take any damage from it. So he Shadow Balls because I told him I was psychic. He's like, so, dude, what freaking type are you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm psychic. So I'm not going to just do that to him because he doesn't have a clue what's going on. So he Shadow Balls it, does less than half, which obviously shows him that I'm very specially defensive and that I have a Calm Mind, as I just showed off there. So I set up one Calm Mind, and I'm thinking, if I get a couple set up, then I should be alright, and yeah, I should be able to take out a couple of pokes. So I decide to go for the Recover here, I believe, as he goes for a second Shadow Ball. Nice thing about Rankarosu is he gets Calm Mind and Recover, which means that he's going to be outclassing things like Jirachi trying to do the same job. Although Jirachi does get Wish, I don't know. I really like this guy because of the fact that he has Magic Guard, making him much more easy to, set up Calm Minds with, because one of the best ways to take out Calm Minders before was to Toxic them, and this guy doesn't get affected by it whatsoever. So, Burungaru sitting there. Burungaru actually gets access to a move called Boiling Water, which is new this generation. I think it's the same base power as Lava Plume. I think it's pretty much very similar to Lava Plume, and also in the way that it gives you a 30% chance to burn your opponent. So it's a water move, special attack, that also gives you a chance to burn your opposing Pokemon. So it's really useful, and it's going to sort of diminish the use of Will-O-Wisp on some walling sets. So I do go for the Psycho Shock there, another new move this generation, which is really interesting. It basically works off your special attack but deals physical damage, so it kind of gives special attack as a kind of tool against special walls, instead of having to switch out to something. Say for example Blissey came in, a special attacker could use a Psycho Shock and it would do more damage than anything else. So I kind of speed this bit up because it's a little bit of a stalling here as I recover and Calm Mind, and he pretty much hits me with with shadow balls. So he shadow balls, I go down and I set up one more recover, and I think at this point I decide that I'm not going to be able to. Like, he was sitting here playing COD or Salmon or some sort of, you know, shooting game where you shoot people on Xboxes or PS3s. PS3 actually, because obviously he would hate me for saying use an Xbox, but he's a PS3 man. So yeah, he was just shadow balling really. He didn't know what to do, so he was just like, go away. He was just hoping for a crit, to be honest. So I went for the hidden power earlier because I forgot what type it was, and it was actually fighting, but I finally take him out with a psycho shot, and so we return to some normal speed, just for once, just, you know, to be normal. You know, I just didn't want to be speeding up this entire thing, and I've slowed this down as much as I can because I tried to narrate this first time and I really did not get anything I wanted to say in. I had to keep skipping. I could hardly narrate the battle because I was trying to talk about new guys. So he goes to this crocodile. He's a ground dark type and he has Intimidate. He has a second ability called Overconfidence, which I'm not going to go into quite yet because, you know, it hasn't been used by this guy. He's using Intimidate on this guy. So he is ground dark, and seeing that I'm a psychic type, Crunch should be a sure hit KO, especially from this HP, and I'm specially defensive, and I do have some physical defense EVs, I think, but I won't be able to take a Crunch. Unfortunately for him, he doesn't have a clue, you know, what he's doing, so he uses Brick Break, and that does nothing to me because obviously it's fighting type, and I'm psychic, and it's not stabbed, and it's pretty weak in itself. So I go for the hidden power fighting, and it does one hit kill him. One hit kill. Yeah, not one hit KO, one hit kill. Like COD, like kill streak. Oh, that's a kill streak. I don't even know what a kill streak is. I don't even care. Anyway, so he was playing Salmon, as I said. And now I have the +2 still, but anything that is physically attacking is probably going to be taking me out. Goes to his Earth Genie, which is Randorosu, I think it's called, or Landros. It's a ground flying type. Now, there are 3 of these genies popping around this generation. They're all flying types. One is ground flying, this guy, one's electric flying, and one's pure flying. I actually have the pure flying one on my team, and I'll reveal him later, but he decides to go for the outrage here. He probably would have been better off going for the earthquake because it's stabbed, but because as you see, that outrage doesn't quite take me out, so I hit him with a psycho shock, and I'm thinking, you know, +2 calm mind should take him down, but looks like he has higher defense than special defense because that does not quite KO the Randorosu, and he lives with enough to KO me with a second outrage. So I mean, to be honest, if he'd stayed in with Burengeru and I'd just been left there to set up 6 calm minds, I probably could have swept him, but because he just made wrong moves. But I didn't want to do that because that, you know, that's gay, and he doesn't have a freaking clue what he's doing in this game. So that's generally the idea that I had. So now he's confused. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go to Arugamoth. Arugamoth is a firebug type, and he gets this move Butterfly Dance, which improves your special attack, your special defense, and your speed by 1 stage. So it's basically Calm Mind with a speed boost added into it, and it's a really, really broken move. And I'm thinking, as long as he hits himself in confusion, I can set 1 up and I should be able to sweep him. Unfortunately, he does not hit himself in confusion, hits me with the outrage, and gets a critical hit. As you can see, the Japanese text there with the exclamation mark is the signal of a critical hit in this patch. So unfortunately for me, I do get taken out by crit, which was kind of frustrating, but you know, I didn't really mind because I wanted to show off the rest of my guys, and otherwise I probably would have swept him right there and then if I'd managed to get a free Butterfly Dance in. That's granted that he wasn't scarfed, which I wasn't sure if he was scarfed or not. If he was scarfed, he still had a chance to take me out after +1 speed. So I go to my own genie, who has Mischievous Heart, a new ability that another guy called Erafune also gets, and it essentially allows you to get priority on non-attacking moves, so things like Substitute, Leech Seed, Sleep Powder, all those things, Taunt, Bulk Up, all these setup moves get priority, which is why I went first with the bulk up there. So I went for the bulk up just because I wanted to take the outrage in case he used it, and also because I thought he may hit himself in confusion and a free bulk up is always welcome. So I know I'm going to outspeed this Azandora if I go for a substitute here, and I think I do go for the sub just to see what move he's going to use and to see what he's going to do, and I'm pretty sure he goes for the Draco Meteor, and I was pretty sure he was going to go for that anyway because it's Azandora's signature move, and with its massive special attack and the addition of either Scarf or Specs is going to be doing a lot to me. So I do take the Draco Meteor from the sub, and I have lefties on this guy, you know, just to, you know, beef him up really, because I like subs and lefties, and that kind of works well together. So the bulk up, I have +1 defense and attack now, I'm thinking that I could probably just go for an attacking move here and see how much it does for the Sazandora. I didn't want to really risk another bulk up unless I go for it. I can't really remember, but I think I go for the Brick Break. That's right, I go for the Brick Break because it's super effective on his dragon, because he's a dark type dragon, obviously. And he goes to the Ant, and the Ant does, you know, take that relatively well, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be outspeeding here, but there we go. The leftovers trick still applies in 5th gen. If I go first with leftovers, it means I'm outspeeding. And thankfully I do outspeed the guy, the Anteater, and I managed to get off an aerial ace here to take him out. Now I'm kind of disappointed that this genie didn't get much better stab than aerial ace, much better physical stab, that is. But you know, it's working alright. As long as you get up bulk ups and substitutes, it works really well this set. It's really surprising, and because of Mischievous Heart, you'll always be able to set up a bulk up before a physical attacker hits you, so you can always be guaranteed, you know, that extra sort of bulk. So he goes to this guy who's a ground ghost, and he really does not look ground ghost at all in my opinion. He really looks like a sort of steel type in many ways, but I decide to go for the substitute here, just seeing what move he's going to pick, and he goes for the Shadow Punch. Now Shadow Punch, obviously being a physical move, is not going to do too much to me. He does have enough to break the sub, but that's only because I have +1 defense at the moment. I'm going to probably go for a second bulk up here to see if I can improve my defense a bit more and maybe get enough so that I can live another Shadow Punch, and therefore set up a free substitute where Shadow Punch can't break the substitute. So in any case, this ground ghost type really intrigues me. I haven't actually used one before, but I know it usually carries a fighting move. I think it carries substitute. A lot of the time it does carry substitute. It also carries focus punch, and it also carries some other things. But as you can see there, my bulk upping was all in vain because he got a crit Shadow Punch as I bulked up again, which, you know, I was mad. He may be called you mad, but that's because I was mad, and he got a crit. So that's the second pretty crucial crit of the game that he got, and it's not looking very good for me. So I go out to Sazandora here, and because I'm choice banded, I'm pretty much certain that a crunch will kill him from this range. I'm not sure how defensive that ghost ground type is, but I have stab on crunch, I have a choice band, and I'm pretty sure I have max attack. I'm not sure if I'm running jolly or adamant. I may be running jolly, in which case I'm not quite at max attack, but it's pretty high. So I go for the choice banded crunch, and it is a one-hit KO on the guy. It's not a critical hit, so that's a very nice thing to know. And I was actually thinking about running adamant on this Sazandora because of Porygon 2, which somehow when I used Outrage on a Porygon 2 earlier, because of the Evolution Stone, it managed to not 2-hit KO it, which is just something quite disgusting that a choice band Outrage from this guy doesn't do that to him. So here I'm pretty sure that I can, you know, this is his last guy. I'm pretty sure that he's scarfed, and I have a steel type in the wings, which is my goat milk. Well, do ya? And you know, Nick obviously came up with that. He gets a crit there, you know, just to spite me once more. That's the third crit he's got, completely useless. But he kills me with the Dragon Pulse, and down goes my Sazandora because he's scarfed. So I go out to my goat milk, who again is carrying the balloon, which is an awesome item. And I'm just going to be able to go for the close combat here because I am a fighting type, I'm steel fighting, and I'm going to be able to take the game with a close combat, which came down to a much closer game because of those because of the 2 crits that he got, as well as me not really trying to set up properly with Rankarosu. But I felt he didn't have a clue what was going on in this meta game, and I thought, you know, I might as well just, you know, do whatever the hell and use fun guys. Well, not fun guys, but use whatever guys I wanted. And he asked me not to bring Rapushin because Rapushin's gay, and I kind of agree, but it's just it's annoying. Anyways, I do finish him off with a close combat from my goat, and my stallion stands strong as I take the 1-0 victory, which was awesome, so awesome. So great game there, Steve. Hope that we can have another game once you have fully integrated your mind into the workings of the 5th gen metagame. So I would highly recommend you go and subscribe to him. One of the people that I've known for a very, very long time on this YouTube scene place. And if you don't subscribe to him, then, you know, there's something wrong with your brain, most definitely. So go check his version out. I'm pretty sure that he'll be posting it sometime soon, if not pretty much now. But that's pretty much all I have to say. This was another pretty elongated, elongated is pretty much the wrong word, but it was a pretty lengthy game in terms of the video length because I just wanted to explain things a bit more as well, because I didn't have time if I was to make it 10 minutes, so I just needed that extra time. But I guess that's going to be all for today. I will see you guys tomorrow, maybe with a 4th gen game, and for now that's pretty much it. So comment, rate, sub, and I will see all you guys later. Goodbye.